The stars were out last night at the Primetime Emmy Awards, and we're recapping everything you need to know about the pre-show, the show, and the after-show. I'm Kristin Garibaldi here with our senior beauty and style editor, Robin Merritt, to break everything down. But first, let's welcome the iconic red carpet expert, Melissa Rivers, via Zoom to share her best and most questionable looks of the night. Hi, Melissa. Thank you so much for joining us again.
Oh, happy to be there. Look, I have all my notes. I have pages.
Pages and pages. We have so much to get to. Before we talk fashion, I just have to get your thoughts. What did you think of the show overall?
I thought it was fine. I thought Anthony did a good job. I liked the whole thing with his mom. I thought that was very cute and clever, and made it easy for people to make a joke and wrap it up. Yeah, I thought it was a nice show. You know, It was, they honored the right things and stuff like that. But my highlight was Christina Applegate. I have known her forever. We used to go to spin class together.
Oh, I love that.
And, I was saying to someone last night, I thought I loved her so much before, and it wasn't possible to love her anymore. And I did.
Yeah. I feel like there wasn't a dry eye in the house after that moment.
She kept her real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which in my family is just such a big deal.
Yeah, it really is. It was a beautiful moment and such a great way to kick off the show.
Absolutely.
But we got to know who gets Melissa Rivers best dressed of the night. Let's talk fashion.
Okay, I have three.
Okay.
Riley Keough in Chanel.
Beautiful.
I just thought it was so perfect.
Yeah.
It was so perfect. Claire Danes in that vintage Balmain took my breath away.
Literally,
and it wasn't the most flashy. It was just whatever this means.
It was delicate, perfect.
And I loved Issa Rae and Pamela Rowland. Not so much when she was just standing and sitting, but when she was moving, it was spectacular. And that's one of the tough things, though. How do you dress? Do you dress for something that looks great sitting and in standing photos, or something that when you move is spectacular? And that's the only thing. Like, it felt a little covered when she was sitting. But when I saw the video of her moving, you're just like,
It was beautiful. We did say we thought we did feel like she was very covered, but you make a good point. Do you dress for when you're sitting, you're standing, you're both, and it's hard to get that balance. Robin and I were also saying with Riley, she looked so much like her mom last night too. I think with the dark hair and the very the sort of vibe that she was giving off last night, which I really liked.
I also thought everyone's hair and makeup was
so good,
spectacular. And I love that at the Globes, we're seeing very sophisticated luxury kind of hair. Nobody's doing anything big and crazy. And it's setting off the whole big jewelry trend, which is, I think, here to stay for a little while.
Yeah, I totally thought of you when you said classic glamour. I feel like last night was all about just calm, elegant, classic looks that are very timeless.
Yeah, I feel like simple is better now, or like less is more, I guess.
It was just the hair and makeup was just clean. But again, what I'm loving is we're seeing the major jewels come out.
Yes.
And that's also what looks best with the major jewels.
Yes. I know Carrie Russell also had a nice moment for you too. Did you like that look too?
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. Alexandra Vautier. Again, I felt like she could have been standing in one of those fabulous mansions in Newport, Rhode Island.
Right.
But it wasn't aging. And I thought that's such a hard thing to pull off with a dress like that. To me, it was just, again, elegant.
Elegant. But then we have to talk about the people that made you do a double take. So who made you do a double take last night?
My most head scratching, as I like to think of it, was Aubrey Plaza in Loewe. And I love Loewe. Obsessed. It was I didn't like it standing, and I liked it even less sitting.
Mm-hmm.
And she's becoming quite the fashion girl. And I understood why she would gravitate toward that dress because it feels very runway. But it really looked like a paper bag to me.
It kind of got turned into a meme.
I know. People
post it.
Like the Sex and the City post.
Don't hate me.
Yes, I can't. Don't hate me. Yes, I saw that.
It was like, it just, something didn't work.
Yeah.
And again, I think it's such a true runway look that sometimes those don't translate to an actual human wearing them.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah. I feel like Aubrey might appreciate the memes, though. She seems like somebody that would like
she can laugh at herself.
Yes, I feel like she's like probably knew that this might happen, and it did.
Yeah, I have this thing though when dresses stress me out, and we saw a lot of that with all the boobalicious, especially at the Globes. Niecy, who I love and adore, and is so nice, and I know her; she's wonderful. But oh dear God, all I did was worry. I couldn't focus on her speech. I'm like, she is about to, and then she's jumping up and down. And I'm like, oh God, something, one of the girls is going to get loose.
I immediately thought of you. As soon as she hit the stage, I knew this was going to be your questionable.
I was just like, I don't like dresses that stress me out.
What is the secret going on there, Melissa? I know because you obviously know all the secrets of the red carpet. I mean, is this just a lot of tape going on there?
And that tape has been working hard for the last 2 shows. I mean, at the Globes, the tape was like, on high stress. Last night, not quite as high stress, but I'm like, oh dear God, Niecy, please don't jump up and down. Please don't jump up and down. The first thing she does is like jump up and down. I'm like, oh God, I'm just so stressed out by this.
With no slip.
No slip.
Again, she must have been taped within an inch of her life. We did have a most improved that made me really happy. Sarah Snook.
Yes.
And I know they say Snook. British, they say Snook. She has, I think she's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
She's been a big ol' miss for me over and over and over. Especially at the Globes. I was like, oh, that it pained me. She absolutely was the most improved. 100% in that red, oh God, what was it?
Vivienne Westwood.
Oh, Vivienne, and that Cartier necklace. And she came prepared to win.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and we always say that, your picture from your waist up, holding your award, we always say it's the obituary picture. She was ready for it because from mid chest up, hair and makeup beautiful, that massive Cartier necklace, the red, and holding your Emmy, that's the picture that they're going to use of you for a long, long time.
You're so right. So now that we have a few big award shows under our belt, the Oscars are coming up. What are you hoping to maybe see on, the biggest award show of the season? Now that we've seen like what people are kind of experimenting with over these last few award shows.
What I found really interesting is we've seen a lot of velvets. Mm-hmm. We've seen a lot of heavier fabrics, and some of the women are starting to transition into florals and spring and that whole line. So I think we're going to see a lot softer, but I think we're still going to be in that elegant phase. Mm-hmm. And no one's coming with beachy hair.
Yes. The hair is sleek.
The hair is sleek.
The jewels, but Oscars always kicks it up a notch.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah. What are you hoping we don't see then?
Oh God, we're seeing too much cleavage on women that shouldn't be wearing it. You know what I mean? You have to really know what you're doing and know your body to be able to do that. It either flattens you out or pushes everything in the wrong direction. And at the Globes, we saw women just spilling out. Yes. And it's just like, I think I'm hoping we don't see that. Mm-hmm. I really am, because again, how much stress can a girl take?
No stressing Melissa out.
No, definitely. We don't need anxiety watching these award shows.
Don't those dresses, that's all you focus on is, you know, what kind of structure is going on to keep it in.
Like you said, that tape is working overtime. So hopefully we get a break for the rest of the award show season. Melissa, it is always so great getting your expertise and your opinions. We love it so much. So thank you so much for joining us. And we'll definitely see you for the next show.
Absolutely. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. All right, well, it's always so much fun talking to Melissa.
So fun.
But let's break down our best dress. So my first one has to go to Suki Waterhouse. I mean, taking maternity, I mean, this is not a maternity dress by any means, but like way to show off your baby bump, be so proud of it, wearing Valentino in this red hot dress. She said that they like pretty much custom made this dress for her. Yes, it was from the runway, but they had to work with her as her bump was growing. And I thought she just looked absolutely perfection.
She was blossoming. I kept thinking like blossoming flower.
Yes.
Beautiful maternity style. Elevated maternity style.
Elevated maternity, yes. I mean, she really nailed it. And I feel like this is going to be a look that people talk about for a very, very long time.
It is all about the bump.
It's all about the bump. It really is. And if you got it, flaunt it, and that's what she did. And then her Daisy Jones co-star, Camilla Morone, looked so gorgeous in this Versace gown. Sleek, classic. It kind of reminded me of Jennifer Lawrence's 2011 Oscars dress when she wore that simple red Calvin Klein look. But I think that she looked just positively stunning. Like we said before, the sleek hair, the simple makeup, and I mean, you can't really get more gorgeous than her.
Very flattering, just so beyond flattering. And again, like red is just the moment. Red is the color, and it popped.
Yes,
against the background.
It really did. Yes, against that background, which we don't. We're still very much out on this background because I feel like unless you were wearing like a bold color, like a red, or if you're wearing black and white, nothing really popped on this. It kind of got washed out, but this really stood out for me. Another one that stood out, Jessica Chastain in Gucci, really experimenting with this neon color, kind of giving like the 70s vibes, but really, really beautiful.
I was like, leave it to Jessica to make neon look elegant. Like, I feel like we don't always think of like bright lime green as red carpet friendly. But I loved it too.
I loved it too. All right, well, tell me your best dressed of the night.
So I absolutely loved Taraji B. Henson and custom Versace. It was so beautiful. It hugged her figure. I feel like the pleats like really cinched in her waist. The cutout was tasteful. The high slit was tasteful. She just looked majestic.
She did. And she hit the stage with Joan Collins. Can we let's take a moment for Joan Collins. 90 years old, looking like that. So beautiful. But yes, this was definitely a moment. This is like what maybe Cookie would wear to
I was thinking that too.
I loved it. It was great.
The color too. It's like that plum deep purple is made for her.
It really is. It really is. Who else do you got?
I absolutely love Tracee Ellis Ross. I know a lot of people thought this was very simple and maybe a little bit too casual for the red carpet, but I feel like that's Tracee's MO. Like she's all about elevating what's simple or just making something that you wouldn't think to wear on a red carpet for the red carpet. And I feel like she looked very statuesque. It was very like sculpted, and then the retro like hairdo and the red lip made it pop.
Pop. Like we said, simple, elegant. It did. It popped. It was really cool, and it's a cool structure to the dress too. Yeah, which we really loved. But obviously, there were some questionable looks throughout the night as well. Kind of some that gave us a double take. We both agreed on this one. Quinta Brunson from Abbott Elementary. Yes, she had a big night. She won. So excited for her.
We're so happy for her.
This is not the dress. She was wearing Dior, and a lot of people thought like it got wrinkled on the limo ride over.
I think the idea is so pretty. I love what they were going for. The color looks so great on her skin. But like we said earlier, I don't think you should maybe pick a dress that can be interpreted as a wardrobe malfunction or wrinkled. Her stylist did say it's crushed satin, but
it looks crushed.
Yeah.
Sorry, it does. But like the silhouette looks beautiful. Like you said, the color looks so nice. It looked better on stage.
For sure.
It does not photograph well at all.
It just didn't, but we love Quinta.
We do, yes. I mean, great, like we said, great night for her, but I just wish she wore something different, because like Melissa said, these photos are going to be lasting with her forever. And another questionable moment for me was Catherine Hahn. A lot of people were wearing like this sheer look. Ellen Pompeo wore something a little bit similar to this. I don't know. This was also Dior. I guess I'm not a fan of Dior last night, but this was a 2018 couture dress. I don't know. For something for me, maybe it's just the makeup, the dark makeup that didn't really work for me. But it's not my favorite look on Catherine.
Yeah, it kind of like I feel like I wish you had more color or something. Just kind of gives me like nothing.
Right.
But again, I love where she was going.
Yes.
I feel like the design itself was like, you can tell was beautifully made.
Of course, yeah.
You know, the detailing is like really out of this world, but it just didn't really do anything for her.
Sure, yeah, no, definitely. But, I mean, like we said, still on trend, though, with the sheer moments that were happening last night. But not my favorite look of hers. How about you?
I thought Ali Wong was questionable. Big night for her as well. So happy for her. Love her work. Loved her speech. Thanking her daughters. It was just beautiful. But I felt like this Louis Vuitton dress had a lot going on.
A lot,
There was just like patterns on patterns and florals and sequins and sheer. A bunch of different trends in one. And I personally just don't think it landed.
No, it looks like two different dresses.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I don't know which way I want to take this, and we're just going to throw something at the wall and hopefully it sticks.
Yes.
But yeah, no, not my favorite either.
Yeah.
But like you said, big night for her. Beef was a huge winner, so so I'm sure she doesn't really care now. So it doesn't really matter. But overall, what did you think about the Emmys?
Like Melissa said, I thought it was very fun. I think Anthony Anderson talking with his mom and using his mom as a way to hurry up the speeches was so good. I thought it was a very fun night, and even though some looks were questionable, it was still a good bunch of fashion moments. Like, we'll remember.
We will definitely remember. Yeah, like we said, Beef was a big winner. The Bear. Yes, I mean, Jeremy Allen White could be on our screen all day long, and we'll be totally fine with that. Succession, of course, a big winner.
Yes.
Kieran Culkin's speech was great, too. So, yeah, there were definitely a lot of highlights, a lot of great fashion looks that, like you said, we will continue to be talking about for years to come. Well, Robin, thank you so much for breaking it all down with me. This was so much fun. And thank you all so much for watching along with us. We will see you for the next show.